Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to see about domain, DNS, and the server. Okay, let's take first one, the domain. So right now, like you're watching my videos, so I'm pretty much sure that you already know what is the domain. So I don't have to explain much what is domain. Domain is basically a name given to any website. That's it. That's a domain name. Okay. So what you don't know might be is how the domain name is formed. Okay, so let's say there is a one website called domain.com. Okay, that's a website. So whatever the first is that we called as a name. Okay, and whatever the second is that we called as a TLD, top level domain name. Okay, now as you know that this particular name can change. It can be anything like domain, it can be FluxxSet, it can be anything, right? Same as this top level domain name also can be changed. Okay, now it is not like that we can change to the anything. There is a set of top level domain name we can change to that one. I think as per my knowledge there is a one more than 1000 top level domain name available. So whether it can be .com, it can be .in, it can be .io, .org, and whatnot. Okay, so now you know all about the domain name. Now let me tell you where you can buy the domain name for the testing and where you can buy the domain name for the production. Okay, so for testing, what you can do is you can go to the Google and type domain buy. Then you will get lot of options available on the internet. You can use any option for your testing purpose. I usually prefer the Namecheap and the GoDaddy. It might depend on you which option you prefer. That's for the testing. Let's talk about the production. In the production, I think you should be using the domain name for either namespace, spaceship, or you should be using the domain name from Shinjeru. Okay, that's where you can buy the domain name. Okay, how to buy and whatever it is that I don't need to explain because you are smart enough to understand that. Okay, so that's all about the domain name. Okay, next is DNS. Okay, so whenever we buy the domain name, it doesn't matter where we buy. It can be Namecheap, it can be GoDaddy, it can be Shinjeru, or it can be Spaceship. Okay, when we buy, they gave us like default DNS. So what is the DNS? Let's assume that I'm opening this google.com website on my browser, right? But how exactly this particular browser knows where to find the google.com? That's where the DNS comes in. Browser send request to the DNS, ask for what is the address for this particular domain name. Then DNS basically replies, okay, XYZ is the address for that particular domain name. And then browser takes that IP address and makes the request to the Google server. Okay. So that's where we use the DNS. Okay. Now let's try to understand which DNS we should be using in the production or in the testing itself. Because as I said, where we buy domain name, they gave us the DNS, which will be the free DNS. But that DNS will not be efficient if you add some record in the DNS. For example, you add the name record in the DNS. What is name record? That basically tells where to find the server where the website is hosted. As simple as that. Okay. So it might be possible that once you add the record, it will taking like 1 hour 2 hour to update, sometimes 10 minutes to update. Okay, but 10 minutes also is a huge time. Okay, so that's why I recommend use the DNS from the Cloudflare. Now Cloudflare is a quite good and big company which is offering lot of different services, but they are built around the DNS. Cloudflare was the like originally DNS, and after that they added so many services. Okay, now there is a one benefit of using the Cloudflare, that it has a lot of services and lot of them are free to use until certain extent. For example, hence you are using their DNS, they will give you free DDoS protection. Then there will be free bot protection. Then there will be free URL rewrite tool, and so many other options are available, including firewall and all. Okay, so yeah, that's the plus point of using the Cloudflare. And in the production, we are going to use this particular as a DNS. In the development, we are going to use our local DNS. Okay, because in development it doesn't matter which DNS you use, to be honest. Nice. Now Let's talk about the servers. Okay, now many of you already know what is the server. Many of you have a little bit idea of what is server, but let me tell you what is exactly is a server. So all of these websites like Cloudflare, Google, FluxxSet.com, all of these websites are hosted somewhere. Okay, that's what we call the server, as simple as that. Now there are different type of the hosting. Sometimes it is shared hosting, sometimes it's cpanel hosting, sometimes it's a dedicated server hosting, right? It really depends which hosting website is using. So don't take a hosting as a server, because hosting is a service, not the base server. Okay, base server can be the VPS, virtual private server, VDS, virtual dedicated server, or like whole computer online somewhere. I don't know. That's what we can call as a server. Now, what server we need in our case? It's a VPS. So if I go on the Google and if I type like VPS, they should give me ton of results from where I can buy this server. For testing, I will say buy from anywhere. Okay, but if you're absolute beginner, then I will suggest buy from the DigitalOcean, because their you can say user interface for admin panel for the server dashboard is quite simple. Okay, it is easy to understand. By just simply looking into it, you will understand, okay, where is what and where is what. Okay, so that's why I recommend DigitalOcean. Apart from this, if you have experience with the servers or the cloud, you can use any like AWS, Vultr, I don't know, Google Cloud Provider, Linode, whatever it is. You can use that. Now let's talk about the production. So for production, I have two options. First option is Green Bullet. I don't have much experience with them, but I think they are good. Okay, so let's say Green Bullet. That's their service. Okay, you can go ahead and type Green Bullet Cloud, something like that, or VPS, something like that, and after that, I think you will get the result, because hence it is not popular. That's why there are not results on the Google. So you can say Green Bullet VPS or something. Let's see. Yeah, you are getting now greenbullet.su. I think that's the correct address. Let me try to open it so that I can confirm it's the same site. Yeah, I think it's the same site. The second site is obviously Shinzeru. Okay, Shinzeru. There also you can buy the VPS for the production. Okay, I think I have shared enough knowledge in this particular video. Now you know what to buy, where to buy, for what purpose to buy. Even after that, if you have any question, feel free to connect me over the website called FluxxSet.com. Here you can add your question and community will be there available for answering your question. Or if you don't like the website, you can contact me over the Telegram and you can ask me questions there. Okay, that's all in this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.